In this presentation, we will discuss what is complete and bounded lattice. By the end of this lecture, learners would know what is a complete lattice, what is a bounded lattice, how to identify whether a given Hash diagram is a complete lattice or not, and how to determine whether a given Hash diagram is a bounded lattice or not. So without any further delay, let's get started. First, we will discuss what is complete lattice. Consider this poset S, R. Now we are in this position to define what is a complete lattice. A partially ordered set S, R is called a complete lattice if every subset A of set S has both a greatest lower bound or meet and a least upper bound or join in S, R. Simple definition. Here I am considering every subset A of set S, okay? What I am saying is every subset of set S must have a greatest lower bound and a least upper bound. Then only we can say that particular poset is a complete lattice. Okay? Now here is one question. Is it possible that there is some lattice which is not a complete lattice? It seems like every lattice is a complete lattice. Isn't that so? Because in a lattice, every pair has a greatest lower bound and least upper bound. It seems like every subset must also have a greatest lower bound and a least upper bound, right? So now my question is it possible that there is some lattice which is not a complete lattice? Let me tell you, yes, it is possible. There can be some lattice which is not a complete lattice. Let's see what kind of lattice is not a complete lattice. Consider the following infinite lattice Z, less than or equal to. Let's consider this particular infinite lattice, right? Here, obviously the poset is Z, less than or equal to. Z represents set of integers and less than equal to is our relation R, which consists of all ordered pairs A, B such that A is less than or equal to B. Okay, this is our relation. Consider a subset of set Z. Let's consider the subset of this particular set. Let's say A is that set which consists of all x such that x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 2. This means A is nothing but set consisting of all these elements 0, 1 and 2, right? This is nothing but a subset of set Z. Z is nothing but set of integers, right? Now the least upper bound of this particular set is obviously 2. You can see that these are the three elements I am talking about, 0, 1 and 2. Least upper bound of 0, 1 and 2 is obviously 2. If we trace the path up from all these 3 points, they first meet at this point, right? Therefore, 2 is the least upper bound of set A. And what about the greatest lower bound of set A? Greatest lower bound of set A is 0. Obviously, 0 is the greatest lower bound of this particular set. It seems like this infinite lattice is a complete lattice. But wait. Consider this particular subset B, which consists of all x such that x is greater than or equal to 0. Now I am considering an infinite set, right? Greatest lower bound of B is obviously 0. If you see this carefully, greatest lower bound of B is obviously 0. And what about the least upper bound of B? Least upper bound of B is obviously 5. Here, this is an infinite set. There is no least upper bound of this particular set. You don't know the first meeting point when we trace the path up from these vertices. Therefore, least upper bound of B does not exist. B is an infinite set and least upper bound of B does not exist. Therefore, Z, less than or equal to is not a complete lattice. There is no doubt about this. This particular lattice Z, less than or equal to, which is an infinite lattice, is not a complete lattice. Although this is a lattice, but this is not a complete lattice. So this is one such example of an incomplete lattice, right? It is also clear that every non-empty finite lattice is complete. Okay, you should always remember that every non-empty, it must be non-empty and finite lattice is complete. Okay, now let's discuss what is bounded lattice. Consider this particular poset S, less than or equal to, where S is some set and less than or equal to is some relation. Now, the definition of bounded lattice is as follows. A partially ordered set S, less than or equal to is called a bounded lattice if it has the greatest element 1 and the least element 0. Simple. Okay? If a particular lattice has a greatest element and the least element, then it is called a bounded lattice. Now let's try to understand what is the meaning of greatest element and the least element. One is called the greatest element if for all x belong to S, x is less than or equal to 1 or x is related to 1. This means that every other element must be related to 1. Then only we can say 1 is the greatest element. And here 1 can be any element of this particular set S. Always remember that, okay? 1 is nothing but some element of set S. And this element is called the greatest element if for all x belong to S, x is less than or equal to 1 or x is related to 1. Now what about least element? 0 is called the least element if for all x belong to S, 0 is related to x, right? I hope the definition is clear to you. What is a bounded lattice? A lattice is called a bounded lattice if it has the greatest element and the least element. Simple definition. Okay. Now let's see one example. Consider the following Hash diagram. Let's say we are available with this Hash diagram and our task is to identify whether this Hash diagram is a bounded lattice or not. Okay. For this we have to see whether this Hash diagram has a greatest and a least element or not. A is the least element because A is related to B, A is related to C and A is related to D. You can see that A is the least element because A is related to B, A is related to C and A is also related to D by transitivity, right? A is obviously the least element. Now what about the greatest element? D is the greatest element because D is greater than or equal to B, D is greater than or equal to C and D is also greater than or equal to A. In other words, we can say that A is related to D, C is related to D and B is related to D. You can see that, right? A is related to D, C is related to D, B is related to D. Clearly we can say that D is the greatest element. In this Hash diagram, we have the greatest element and the least element. Both least and greatest elements exist in the above lattice. Therefore, the given lattice is a bounded lattice. This is obviously a lattice. First of all, this is a lattice. Then we have identified that this lattice is actually nothing but a bounded lattice, right? And let me tell you that every finite lattice has a least element and a greatest element, okay? This is always true. Now we will discuss some properties of bounded lattice. Consider the following Hash diagram. Let's say we are available with this Hash diagram. Least element of this particular Hash diagram is A. You can see that this is the least element because A is related to B, A is related to C, A is related to D, A is related to E and A is also related to F. And greatest element of this Hash diagram is F because A is related to F, B is related to F, C is related to F, D is related to F and E is also related to F. Therefore, the given lattice is a bounded lattice. We know that A is denoted by 0 and F is denoted by 1. We can denote A by 0 and F by 1 because A is the least element and F is the greatest element. Consider some element X, then following properties must be satisfied for a bounded lattice. First we will consider some element X. Now the first property is X or 1 is equal to 1. What do we mean by this? This means least upper bound of X, 1 must be equal to 1. In this Hash diagram, 1 is F, right? 1 means greatest element, right? This means least upper bound of X, F must be F. Take some element X, let's say D. Least upper bound of D, F is obviously F, right? This is clear. You can take this element also. Least upper bound of E, F is also F. Isn't that so? So it is clear that least upper bound of X and 1 is always 1. Now we have the second property. Greatest lower bound of X and 1 must be X. X and 1 means greatest lower bound of X and 1. Okay? Greatest lower bound of X and 1 must always be X. Take some element X, let's say D. Greatest lower bound of D, F is obviously D, right? And greatest lower bound of F, E is obviously E. What about F and B? Greatest lower bound of f comma b is obviously b. It is clear that greatest lower bound of x comma 1 is obviously x. Now the third property is least upper bound of x and 0 is x, and fourth property is greatest lower bound of x and 0 is 0. Okay. Least upper bound of x and 0 is x. 0 means least element. We know that in this example, least element is a, right? This means we are talking about the least upper bound of x and a. Let's take some element b. Least upper bound of b comma a is obviously b. Least upper bound of c comma a is obviously c. Least upper bound of e comma a is obviously e. It is clear that least upper bound of some x with 0 is obviously x. And what about the greatest lower bound of x and 0? Greatest lower bound of x and 0 must always be 0, right? You can see that the greatest lower bound of b and a is obviously a. Greatest lower bound of c and a is obviously a. Greatest lower bound of e and a is obviously a. Greatest lower bound of d and a is also a. Therefore, greatest lower bound of x and 0 is always 0. Okay? It is always the least element. I hope the properties of bounded lattice are clear to you. Now you're in this condition that you would be able to determine whether a particular lattice is a bounded lattice or not, whether a particular lattice is a complete lattice or not. Also, you have learned several properties of bounded lattice in this particular lecture. Okay friends, this is it for now. Thank you for watching this presentation.